Well, alright, let's get started. So, got a good one for you guys today. We've got a good old clash of the good versus evil. Oh, it's gonna be great, guys. So, we have for you guys a clash of the armies of Middle-earth. On one side, we have the Uruk-Hai of the White Hand of Saruman. We also have, wait for it, not for real though, we'd have some Uruk spearmen, some Uruk swordsmen over there was that first group. This group is Uruk spearmen, and on the other side, way over here, guys, over there, you have some Orcs of the black lands of Mordor, the Armies of Sauron. We have some Orc halberds, guys, joining the battle to assist their allies from the White Tower. Now, coming back towards our main settlement here for today's fight, guys, we have a few armies making up the exterior defense. We have some Gondorian spearmen right here. We also have some Gondor axe and shield troops. Vicious, very brutal. Can't wait to see how these guys perform. We also have, representing Rohan, some heavy spearmen from of the Rohirrim. They're not going to be riding horses today, guys. They're going to be fighting on foot. We also have a large company of Swan Knights, guys. These are the Swan Knights now. They're a little obscure in the Lord of the Rings lore, and they don't actually make an appearance outside the book, but the Swan Knights are pretty famous in the actual, novel for the Lord of the Rings. In the it would be in the battle for Minas Tirith. And then we have some Citadel Guard here. And I think that does it for the exterior, so let's head on inside. We have one more group that makes up our final line of defense on the inside. They are covering all the surfaces, guys. There's a ton of them waiting in here. The Gondorian soldiers. Gondorian swordsmen. These are the best swordsmen of Gondor, guys. They are elites. They are the elite. So anyway, that's today's battle, guys. Good versus evil. An epic clash of willful hate versus stubborn desire to live. And we're going to find out right now who's going to come out the winner. Let's go. I love watching the nice, even, like, formations of the enemy, of the attackers kind of like devolve over time as they stream in. You kind of see like the prongs of their two leading streams here. It's actually pretty neat today, unfortunately, because they do not have any archery support. They'd probably absolutely just destroy these guys if they had archery support, because they have had a long run across the lake, across the frozen lake to get here. But now we're starting to see some engagement here, guys. Let's we're gonna just kind of take a nice little flyby here. They're going at each other already, man. It's gonna be a brutal battle here. It's a real hammer and tong affair. play with slow-mo real quick. Oh yeah. Strike him down. For your children. For your children's children. And for all the generations of men unborn. Strike down your enemy. Man, you gotta love this, man. There's nothing better than this. Two fantastic armies going at each other head to head. Fighting it out for their very survival. This is the best. This right here, you don't get no better than this. Yeah, these guys are owning it. Let's go back to full speed here and we'll continue on down the line. How are we doing down here? Still in the tree. Where are we at? We got some Citadel Guard. They're facing up against the looks like the Orc Spears. Orc Pikemen. Or Uruk-Hai Spearmen. Yeah. It's been nice see what this battle looks like. Man, it looks really crowded in there for such long weapons, but I'm not gonna argue with it, man. They're pretty well organized, I imagine. Oh, baby, go. Get some. No, these are Orcs and Mordor, I think. It's really hard to tell. No, these are definitely Orcs and Mordor. Guys, these are definitely the Orcs and Mordor they're facing up against. Interesting. We are seeing some losses though, guys. For real. Current casualty report. almost 20,000 of evil orcs in Uruk-Hai have been killed so far, guys, versus only about 2,300, almost 2,400 of the men of Middle-earth have died so far. Now this is where I think the real battle's going to take. This is where it's going to get really interesting. This part of the line right here. You got Mordor, White halberds facing off against spearmen of Mordor. Now these two, neither of these are particularly elite units, but I have a feeling the halberds give them a little bit more reach than I think the spears do for the Gondorians. So unfortunately, I got a feeling that they'll do well. You know what I mean? Like the Gondorians will be okay, but they're not going to like win this. I think they're slowly going to get overwhelmed. I think the halberds give them a little more reach than the spears the Gondorians are willing to do. So unfortunately, they might be on the back foot here, but they're throwing their weight forward with tremendous effort, guys. They're gonna make their enemy bleed for the ground they stand on. Not a single one of them is gonna get to take a step forward without paying a heavy price. Semi mode real quick. Get a wide camera angle here and just kind of take it all in from this perspective. Yeah? It's almost peaceful. some over here, guys. I'm not sure. Who are they fighting? Uruk-Hai spears? That's not your combo. No. Gosh darn. The axemen here are getting really major disadvantage. They just don't have the axe at this point anyway, unfortunately. So I think they're going to get the worst of it here. But that doesn't mean they're not going to kick a brave face. They're going to put into a valiant fight here, guys. I can almost guarantee you. Look at these details on the armor, though. Like, it's fantastic. It's well done. Well done. Look at the detail on these guys' armor. It's actually not that bad. It's actually really, really well done. Yeah, they're going at each other like crazy. What are we doing here? About 50,000 enemy Uruk-Hai and Orcs are now dead, guys, and about 7,000 men are dead at this point. Wow, guys. Still actually going very, very well for the men of the West. They are holding their own, to be certain. Up to almost 90,000 dead, and the defenders have now lost over 10,000, 12,000 actually. And keep in mind, guys, that for the defenders to already have lost 10 plus thousand, that's significant considering they only start out with about 50,000 total troops compared to 500,000. Oh, I guess a blood pool is starting to go. Oh, that's a deep one. What the deuce? That's some blood water right there. But you can tell, like, there's... okay. They're stacking up these bodies already, guys. Take a look. Take a look at this. Like, here's the line, right? I'm trying to figure out how to do this best. Here's the line. You can tell, like, there's not a hill here, but if you guys are wondering, there was not a hill here. This is flat and seeming terrain towards the lake bed, towards the lake, right? This hill, this artificial hill right here, is the body pile. Guys, the body, on both sides are fighting uphill up the body pile at this point. The Uruk-Hai are on top right now, but that's only because they have to climb up harder to get to their enemy until they can push forward or out of their defensive positions, right? I'm trying to really press the bell. Let's get a bird's eye view. What do you think? Oh yeah, look at this. These guys are starting to build up a little blood pool underneath their feet. Yeah, they're going at each other like crazy. Hammer and tongs, guys. Hammer and tongs. Right here, I actually kind of give it the advantage to the, you also gotta realize, like, check this out here, right here, guys. Here's kind of where things, you can kind of see where things are starting to fall apart for some groups here. Like, the Fountain Guard are doing a fairly good job of holding the line for themselves, right? The concern here is on this group over here. The regular Gondor spearmen are just not, they don't have they're not elite. You know, they're fighting to really kind of tell it right here. Look how far back they've been pushed on this end. This is the end that's anchored by a group of Fountain Guard too, to be fair, so that's even more telling of the situation here. Right? I mean, these Fountain Guard overlap with some of their regular spears, so they're going to help them out, and they're going to keep them alive for a little while, at least on this corner. But the rest of these guys are going to be suffering because they are losing ground quickly. Yeah, see, look here. Keep in mind all these were roughly square or rectangular, perfectly rectangular shaped to some extent or another. They at least made up somewhat of a rectangle. They've evaporated an entire section over here of this original rectangle. Let's go check on some of these other groups here, guys. How are we doing out here, boys? These are the axe guys, I think. Yeah. Yep, axes. Okay. How are we doing? Let's get the back out a little bit. You can definitely tell they are struggling against these pikes. Spears, whatever you want to call them. I mean, they're taking their pound of flesh. But they're certainly outmatched a little bit here on reach and possibly on damage output. It's really hard to tell. Probably just on reach. Axes do far more damage than spears. Rohan's heavy spearmen are doing the jobs of the work of a king. They are strongly holding their ground, guys. I mean, they're relatively intact in terms of their overall shape of their unit. Like, they still fairly square, rectangle shaped. Yeah, this is a really well, this is a really good battle, guys. We're about halfway. We're coming up on the halfway mark, guys. We're about, both sides are really reaching their halfway point here. I think actually the forces, the forces of the men of Middle Earth are actually have lost statistically. I don't want to say statistically, but I think they've lost in proportion to the Orcs and the Uruk-Hai. I think they've lost more troops than the Orcs and Uruk-Hai have at this point. On a one-to-one basis, Look at the blood eruptions, guys. This is like explosions of blood all over the place. Oh, it's a bloody day. It's a red day. Yeah, the next sun rises, guys. There will be rivers of blood. Oh yes. Oh yes indeed. We're gonna hit a little we're gonna enjoy the scenes for a little bit, guys. We're gonna kind of just sit and watch and enjoy the try to get a good angle here. Right like that. There we go. Oh wow, look at this, guys. It looks like the last of the Gondor spearmen are making their final stand here, guys. That means the pathway to the interior of the castle is now open, guys. There goes the last of the Gondor spearmen, guys. They are all gone now. Now the captains of the Gondor Elite Guard are going to enter the fray. It's their job to hold the line, guys. They are the last defense here. How are we doing over here? Are there actually any of them left? I don't see any. I'm gonna say no, because it doesn't look like there's any. Yeah, these look like just halberds. How are we doing over here then? How's this side going? Not good. Things are really going downhill here since the last time we saw them. I mean, these guys have been backed up against the cliff wall. Yeah, they're running out of room to fight. That's too bad. That's too bad. It's gonna be a bloody day, guys. A lot of good men are going to die. Yeah, these guys are making their last anyway. Excuse me, guys. Got a bit of a head cold, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, this end of the line's not looking so hot. They're making their final stand over here. They're backed into a corner. They have nowhere to go whatsoever. This looks like it's the end for them. Not good. Not good. Well, hopefully they take down a couple. Ooh, there they go. And bobsledding all the way down to the bottom of the hill, probably. Well, hopefully their bodies can be found later. Or burnt. One of the two. You know, I've always wondered. We'll just let them go on the offensive and do what they do best, push the enemy back. One last time, guys. They're gonna die anyway. Why not kill as many as they can kill on the way out? It's either gonna kill them faster or it's gonna kill them slow. Speaking of killing faster, guys, it's actually the men of Middle-earth have now lost more than half of their total forces. The Uruk-Hai and Orcs, however, have not quite reached that point yet. We have not reached the halfway point on the evil forces yet. Now, these guys are doing a lot better when you let them out on offense than they did on defense. Holy crap, guys. Go, boys, go. Come on. Oh, well, never mind. Now they're getting swarmed. It's looking bad, guys. It's looking real bad. That might have been the last one, guys. Yeah, I think that's it for these guys. Over here on this corner, we got a unit that was stationed outside the walls of these elite swordsmen. They're gonna make their stand right here. And what a stand I'm sure it's going to be. Valiant, to be certain. They gotta pick up the killing, though. Alright, these guys, they gotta pick up the killing. How are these guys so good? Like the Rohirrim heavy spears, man, they are just whooping booty. They are kicking butt, guys. I'm telling you. Look at this. Let me back my camera out here so you can get a good look at it. They are still fairly intact overall in terms of numbers. Like they don't look like they've lost a lot of people. How about over here, guys? How are we doing over here? Looks like the are you guys okay? You guys look like you're drowning in blood. I don't think that's healthy. Just saying, hang on, let me oh yeah, it's definitely not shallow in here, to say the least. Get out of there. Here we go. Yeah, the Swan Knights just holding it down like the champs that they are. These cheap knockoff Uruk-Hai swords have nothing on the elite armor and swordsmanship that is the Swan Knights, guys. They are top tier, to say the least. They are beyond top tier. They are the elite of the elite. They are valiant in nature. Let's hit a time lapse here and just kind of enjoy this for a minute. Oh yeah. Get in there, boys. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Or it would be if they're not going to run their sword through your throat. Haha. I mean... look at this. Look at this. It's a really fluid line here. Like, it's really hard to tell where one group ends and the next group begins. The Citadel Guard still very much intact, still holding down this corner over here. It helps that they're connected to this whole, like, side. These two sides right here. This one and this one over here. Which ironically are the two sides I don't think where there's any castle. No, there's an entryway right there. Never mind. I almost made myself a liar. But yeah, these entries seem to be very well protected based on what I'm seeing. Now, is there any? What do we got here? Are these Citadel Guard too? Oh, okay. I see. And once again, now we're back here. Are there more than one group of, yep, here we go. There's another group of Swan Knights, or, not Swan Knights, Gondor Elite Swords here. They're making a name for themselves, stacking up the body piles. They're going to build themselves a nice little blood pool by building themselves a nice dam around themselves and then filling it full of orc blood. Under 200,000 evil troops remaining, guys. Just over 21,000 of the forces of good. Let's hit that, that's some good, just like slow-mo action right there, guys. Let's check on the inside, the battle on the inside of the walls. What do you think? Where are we? Ah, here we are. So the Halberds have definitely made progress inside, but they're being held up at every step. They are having to pay for this, to be sure. This is not going to be a pretty battle in here. It's going to be a bloody one. It's going to be intense. It's going to be long. It's going to be tiring for them. And the Orcs do not hold a good advantage here because they are using halberds. Not an easy swing weapon in a very confined space, but what is, right? About 20,000 men of the West. Those valiant men of Rohan and Gondor left fighting here, guys. Just about 20,000 left versus about 170,000 Orcs and Uruk-Hai. Reckless hate versus stubborn defiance, guys. No matter who wins, the loser is not going quietly into that good night. I'm telling you though, the Fountain Guard, oof, they are just elite. To say the least, they are the elite. Speaking of, let's head back over here, I guess. Yep. Did the circle close a little bit, guys? Like, it's hard to tell. Hang on, hang on, hang on. We'll just kind of watch for a little bit here, guys. We're gonna just kind of see what happens. Alright, we'll come back and check on them a little bit later, guys. Let's head over here. Any major progress here? Not really. Alright. Let's keep moving. What are we doing over here? Only got 140,000 Uruk-Hai and Orcs remaining, guys. 140,000. 18,000 men of the West. Gondorians, Rohirrim. That's about it, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, wait a sec. Hang on, guys. We have a break in the line here. What the... Okay guys, keep in mind that this is supposed to be a gently sloping hill, uphill. This is the hill that they built for body piles. All along this part of the line, there's no reinforcements to fill in this line anymore. They're starting to truly run out of troops because they do not have enough people to fill this space right here and bring them up the hill to fight with this unit, with the Swan Knights in this section. They have killed them all. Now it's not to say there's not fighting on either end of this, on either end here. They're still swarming in from the sides. That's true, but like, for real though, guys, like there's a whole section here where there's nobody fighting. That's crazy. $130,000 for Uruk-Hai and Orcs. I'm just gonna start calling them all Uruk-Hai. Uruk-Hai. You guys can kind of see here the sections where there's still units standing from Gondor and Rohan, and you can kind of tell, like over there where it's just kind of a swarm down there, that's how they're getting in right now. Currently this side over here, they're not having to fight that battle because the Rohirrim heavy spears are doing their king's work. Let's just put it that way, guys. And they're certainly taking losses. There's a big old bulge right here that's missing from their units' lines. Remember, this used to be roughly rectangular shaped. There's even some Uruk-Hai making their way up and around and coming down behind them and forcing them to fight uphill. That's smart of them, I'm not gonna lie, because they're forcing them to fight in multiple directions all at once. It's gotta be confusing, guys. It's gotta be confusing. I like this one over here. They're fighting so hard, guys. They are literally standing up to their, I don't know what's in blood. Their ankles, their knees, their hips. I'm gonna say their butts. Their butts are in the blood, guys. Look at the blood spray. Look at the body claws. Holy crap. We have officially crossed under the 100,000 mark. The Orcs and Uruk-Hai have less than 100,000 troops left to go. Just 15,000 left. Troops left in the armies of the men of Middle Earth as well. It's actually surprising how much it's slowed down. Like, they were losing troops a lot quicker earlier. I guess that's because a lot of the less elite troops, I guess, have been wiped out by now. The Axemen, the Gondor Spears, the Gondor Axes, a lot of those units are dead, sadly you see more elite units. The elite sword unit back in the castle, the heavy spears, the citadel guard, and the swarm knights are really anchoring things down right now. Yeah, you can definitely tell, guys, the enemies has officially started to run out of troops. They are having struggling just to meet those you ask yourself what happens when 14,000 pissed off men of Middle Earth descend on the enemy to get revenge. We're about to find out. I bet you they're gonna wipe the floor with the remnants of Mordor. It's like a tidal wave. What do we have here? Where is the... Oh, they're about pushing back out of the castle, guys. They're about to push him out the door. Oh my. That's not good for the Orcs. Or the Uruk-Hai. Wow. Just wow. Look at this. It's like watching a force of sharp, pointy objects just like descend on you. And there's not a darn thing you can do about it. Oof. That's rough. Good luck with that, guys. Onward. Yeah, they started to push the way of the gate here. It's all but over at this point. 48,000, 47,000 Uruk-Hai and Orc troops remaining, 13,000 men of the West. And they are coming at them hard. Soon these two armies are going to be able to link up. These guys are going to push these guys far enough back that they're going to be able to make a breakthrough up here and connect on both sides here with this this group that's making this push out on this through the gate here. That's going to be real good for them. Where's that other group? I know they split in half when they started to take off. Here we go. Some of them came out the other side. Here we go, guys. Here they are. Oop. Where are we at? Where are we at? Here we are. They're fighting along the side of the castle out here, and down below. $28,000 enemy remaining, 13,000 men of the West. Orcs and the Uruk-Hai are no match for the raw strength of arms and unity of man. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong IP. The gondola for Rohan. Are they hooked up yet? Oh yeah, they did. Whoa, whoa. They're doing a really good job, guys. They're cleaning it up. Just about 10,000 enemy Uruk-Hai and Orcs remaining at this point, guys. It's all but over. It's all over but the crying at this point. Look at these body piles though, man. Look at some of these body piles. They're just tremendous. Phoo-wee. Let's just kind of nice and slowly just scan across this and really take it in. Look at the bloodbath that took place here, guys. It's really something. Like, and you got the white hand of Saruman on their shield here, and you can see the tree of Minas Tirith. Right? I mean, the symbology is just incredible here. Less than 5,000 total Uruk-Hai and Orc remaining, guys. It's all over. It's all but over. Still more than 12,000 Gondorian and Rohirrim soldiers are reigning. It's quite impressive, actually. Just a handful remaining, guys. I think the last of the fight's happening right here. And that's it, guys. The men of the West, mankind, has triumphed over the hatred and vicious brutality of the Orcs of Mordor and the White Hand of Saruman. That was fun, guys. Hope everybody has as much fun as I did. We'll catch you next time. Ciao for now.